Hello, friends. It's Dr. JZ. I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz, and I'm sorry that I'm not able to be on the rant today. I have been at a conference all week at Unity Village in Missouri, and the travel plans that I have me actually having to go to the airport right when the rant is supposed to be happening. So I'm sorry that I'm not able to be with you. I know that Steph has something in store, and I will definitely see you next week, and looking forward to it. Trusting all is well. Keep those radically affirmative new thoughts going, because that's what life is all about. Living the best. All right. Peace and blessings. Be well. Bye, everybody.
That's right. Steph's got something planned. Welcome to the rant, everybody. This is our opportunity to have radically affirmative new thoughts. And today I am so blessed by this sacred yes. I've wanted to introduce you guys to this beautiful human being for so long. We've got our names aren't up. How do we do that? We'll figure it out. But this beautiful person that is with me right here is Kim O'Neill. She is an inspirational host and a rock star of Every Day is a New Day show, an award-winning 3-time best-selling author, twice certified coach specializing in authentic confidence. Oh, who couldn't use authentic confidence, right? Interview skills and the law of attraction, a Reiki master, former crime analyst. I would love to dive into more about that. And the creator of the Let Your Light Shine movement, which launched in March 2021. Kim believes that when your light shines, our world shines that much brighter. Let your light shine. And you can find out more information about Kim O'Neill. We'll make sure that we get her stuff up. She's on Facebook. She's on Instagram. She's over doing great things every which way. So hi, Kim. Welcome to the rant.
Hi, Steph. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Excellent. Yes. Oh, here we go.
Woo!
I found the right button. Oh, so, my mom says I'm good at finding buttons.
Thank you for finding the right buttons here.
Yes, I found the right buttons this time. So we met, Kim and I, years ago. It was the beginning of COVID and everything was shut down. And the world online kind of blew up. And you and I kind of were in that realm of startups at the same time, introduced by the beloved angel whisperer, Keith Leon.
Yeah.
And you'll see if you're watching, let us know you're watching. Let's see. We're all over the place. We're in 8 different places right now. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you're clicking that thumbs up and letting us know you're here, letting us know in the comments that you're here, that you're watching. Today, Kim is a specialist on gratitude and letting your light shine. So I really want to just make sure that we have this opportunity to rant about radical gratitude and this beautiful thing, this messy, sticky, crazy life that we burst through and crack wide open so that we can authentically shine our light. So tell me a little bit about this movement that you started and how it's going.
Yeah, the Let Your Light Shine movement is for everybody, literally everyone on the planet, because everyone here is a light, is a gift, is love to the world. And some people know that, some people don't know that. And I think it's a beautiful gift that we give to ourselves the more that we can embrace that for ourselves. And so the mission is all about, aiming to inspire and uplift people to really own that for themselves, to be their authentic self. There's literally no other Steph in the world. No other.
Thank God.
You get it right here, folks.
This is it.
And that's true for everybody, and not everyone knows that, And I've learned that some people are really around other people who don't ever tell them that or affirm that or. Yeah. And I just like that gets me. And it's like, no, that's not okay. That's not okay. when this movement was launching, it was a massive inspiration. It's one of the few times where I feel like it's like that was a download. That was like, oh, okay. But what was I going to say? That it's in the process of creating that. One of the phrases that came to mind, and I just heard you say this the other day on your other show, was creating heaven on earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me, I mean, that to me is heaven on earth. Is everyone, when we're our authentic selves shining and being, I mean, that's freedom. That's freedom right there. You know, regardless of other circumstances, it's not letting other things impact us, and we can be. We have that inner peace, which emanates an outer peace. The more we maintain that, I mean, and then it has that ripple effect. And that to me that's heaven. That's heaven right there.
Yeah.
Being flowing and loving and having fun and letting the quirk fly and all of it, you know.
Yeah, letting the quirk fly. I love that t-shirt, please. Letting the quirk fly. I know, because a lot of my resistance from living an authentic life came from the stories other people were piling onto me. Like, because I have a high, I vibrate high. I'm always been like that. As a kid, I had this energy that just people sometimes can't handle. And it's not my responsibility to help you handle me. It's not my responsibility. It's my responsibility to love myself first.
Yes.
And so those names, like, oh my goodness, spaz, right? Like, so I took that name on for myself. I'm just being a spaz. Like, it's okay. It's okay. And when you went, like, for me, it became this, the most important thing was learning to like myself in that quirkiness, in that spazzy space, in that hyperactivity, because I'm the only one that gets to handle me. I don't need any permission from anyone else, right? And so, yes. Hey, awesome. Guti's watching in Korea. Hello, Guti.
Hi.
Good to be with you.
Steph, I can first off, I think that's what I first noticed about you. And I don't know if I've ever told you this, but like the second I think before we even spoke, the second I saw you, it was on some sort of Zoom call or something. And I was like, whoa, I see her. Like I get you. So like, I can relate to I can relate to the high vibe energy when I was a kid and having that happening. For me, things shifted. For me, there were moments of experiences of grief and things that happened in my life that I can now say I allowed to dim my light over time. And that was its own thing to work through and realize, wait a second, like, I got to get back to me. I really I want to be me again. What does that mean? How do I get there? What do I do? Oh, I got to heal. I got to figure this stuff out. So that was one part of it. But the other thing is, I want to lose my train of thought. The other thing was that as I was getting back to me and feeling that alignment and then showing up publicly, I all of a sudden then felt just what you were describing, with the judgments and the names as a spaz. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm being met with so much judgment. Like it just, and I can also see how like it was a match to certain fears that I did have that were creeping up. So there's that piece too, but there was a lot of judgment, external judgment too. And that was like, oh, okay, tone it down, Kim, or temper this or be mindful of it. Like, oh my gosh, I put so many parameters on myself. And then it was like, okay, the very thing I was trying to do, which was, be, actually then got stunted again. And I had to learn, oh, wait a second. Okay, that's not okay either. I've got to, what do I got to do here? Because this, people get to have their judgments and, on some level we all kind of do for different reasons, but
we have the freedom to have opinions, but is that freedom extended to a requirement that we need to voice them all?
I agree. I agree. And so learning to be like, okay, I see and feel the judgment and I'm going to choose to still shine. I'm going to still choose to be, because that I'm the one that has to live with me.
Yes.
No
Yeah.
one else has to. If they don't like it, well, that might be a little sad, but bottom line, I'm going to be happiest when I'm good with me.
Yeah. You're going to be happiest being yourself, right? Like,
Yeah.
I totally, I resonate with everything that you're saying, because, in New Thought, in our philosophy, this teaching, we are a reflection. So any judgment that someone else is having on me, they're judging themselves. It has
Yes,
nothing to
that
do
too.
with
Yes.
me. There was, I forget which author, I think it might have been Charles Eisenstein, in his book, A More Beautiful World, Our Hearts Know Is Possible. And this one quote was like, just everything. So I hope it's the right one. He said, if I was you, I would do as you do. Right? It's another way of looking at, if walk a mile in someone else's shoes, you'll get the same blisters.
Right. Yeah.
And so if I get to go through this life being free, I am free, my soul is free, my light is free to shine, then I can trust that no one else is going to have my thoughts, my ideas, my expression. It must come from me. And any other experience, I'm creating a separation. That's what I was thinking about.
Oh, okay.
In when I like just in this past week, I get less. Every week's got lessons. Every week's got a reminder. If it's before me, it's for me.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've heard myself say, when I'm losing myself. I'm losing myself, and that therefore I feel suffering, I feel pain, I feel, and so when I separate myself from myself by trying to be you, by trying to be what my community needs.
Shake that off. I know.
Shake that off. No one needs anything from me. But I find myself, like, I get pulled in directions if I don't remember who I am first.
Yes, that is so key. That is so foundational. And I have found that a lot of people, and there was even, this applies to me too at one point, don't know, or we forget, and we can forget. And so it's like, oh, if we notice that, like, wait a second, yeah, how do I define myself? Am I stuck at all the labels? Am I stuck at all the roles? Or am I allowing myself to dig deeper and go, what's really inside me? What really is important to me? What really feels resonant with me, my authentic self? It's, that's another gift for everybody. So
yeah, getting to know yourself is the greatest gift you can give the whole world.
Yes.
It's the greatest gift, knowing who you are. I'm preaching to the choir, of course, but I've been preaching this for a decade. It's like, when you know who you are unwrapping the gift of the divine.
Yes.
Right? That's who you are. This flesh bucket that is temporary cannot contain the power and intelligence, the creativity and the love that you have bottled up in this experience. And so when you give yourself the attention and the intention to be in that, oh my goodness, you are healing the whole world. Right?
Yeah.
That's what we say in Science of Mind. When you heal yourself, you heal humanity. That's one word, one mind, many lights.
I completely believe that. And here's an element that I think is also really key of that, is because coming to embrace that when I heal, then, it has the ripple effect and potential to heal other people. They can also step into that. There can be some degree of like ego, right? Like, oh, well, my healing is like for everyone else, right? Or like, I don't know. There's like, I think there's like a little pocket in there where there could be the perception that this is like all ego driven, and the experience is therefore also going to be more like conscious of it. Like, oh, well, I don't know. What I'm trying to get at is that what I've noticed is the healing is usually where you're feeling in the dark. You're feeling all alone. You're like, WTF, I've already done all this other work, and what's happening now? And
Yeah.
oh my God, I must have done something wrong, and all this stuff. And it sometimes kind of feels like you're going back to step one, but that is the work, is going in and really excavating and working through it. It's not ego-based at all. It's literally just working through the experience and coming out on the other side. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight that for anybody who's thinking that this is like, oh, I do this because, like we heal because it's going to be profound for everyone else. You heal, it does, but it's not an ego-driven thing. I hope that made sense.
Oh, I was talking about the, it could, because we're we're individualized expressions of healing.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So it could look like the most selfish thing if, like say you're a part of a community that's not as healthy as you would like to be. And if you are, sometimes the best thing you can do is leave that community or that space, that experience, right? Because just like your healing is for everyone, the stuff that you are healing, the work that you're doing, you don't want to be bleeding all over everybody, right?
Absolutely.
So it's not selfish to work on yourself and to heal yourself and to make you a priority in your life. It's selfless.
Absolutely. And I think, okay, let me try one more time because I don't think I fully articulated. I agree with everything you just said. And I just want to say that I think for a person, like if you can relate to having been on a personal development journey or a self-growth journey, any kind of, like inner work journey for any amount of time, and you've been able to see your progress over time and feel the benefits and like, oh, I'm doing good, I'm on the right path. And then something you don't expect shows up and it feels like it completely takes you off course. Yeah. I have found there are times when I get into self-judgment of going like, what's going on here, right? Like I should have this figured out, or this shouldn't have happened. And this is kind of where I'm getting into it. It's like, oh, wait a second, Kim. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just like all the other things that we had to work through and figure out. And I don't know if I did any better articulating that, but there's kind of just like this it's an inner humbling. It's
absolutely.
That's what I'm getting at, is that there is no, as much as you do your work and you can feel freer and up level, and I completely believe in that, we're still all, like the same in so many ways, right? So it's not that like anyone's better than another. I'm still getting off track now, so we're gonna stop now.
But life is a spiral, right?
Yes,
so it's always moving forward. It's always moving forward. And sometimes when we circle back to something, oh, I've already worked on this, or I should know better. Your awareness of that thing is because you have moved forward. You're not going back to square one. It's like snakes and ladders. You don't go right back to the beginning. You just might knock yourself down a few. And remember that you're a human being too. Oh yes, there's the humility. And I think you're frozen. And so this beautiful expression. Oh, there we go. You're back. Yeah. Right. So it's just a spiral. You're never where you started, no matter where, because you're always moving forward, and your experience builds up on that. Right. So I always call it, I'm just improving my rebound time.
Yes.
So how long it takes me to get over something. I used to have, 10-year grudges, and now it's like three minutes of, whoa, okay, I'm back. And so,
I might be down to a few months. I'm not there to 3 minutes yet, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And I'm being generous to myself for sure. For sure. And the thing about this life is that it's magnificent. Like when we can just remember that we are a miracle, the fact that trillions of years have passed and I somehow have this experience of awareness is a miracle. there's just no other trip around the sun that is as interesting and unique as mine to me. Right? That keeps me humble, because I also remember that everyone is as unique as me, and everybody is doing the best that they can.
Yes.
And we're all in this together, because there is only one life that's happening here. So like, just enjoy the journey. Stop taking things so personally. Like, I love the 4 agreements, right? Don't take things personally. Don't make assumptions, not even about your own thoughts, right? Don't take your own thoughts personally, and don't make assumptions. I used to have, I went through a big growth spurt a few years ago, and I had a little sign on right in front, like I could see it above my computer because that's where I needed it. It said, "Don't jump to conclusions." That's it.
Well, and the catch is to catch yourself doing it in the moment, right? Like when it's a habit, it's like you don't even realize you're doing it. So it's, I know I do that too, Steph. I have stickies all on the other side of this table. Reminders.
Yeah, we got to remind, like, our only job here on earth is to unlearn what those who have come before us are trying to, like, cram us into a box. And it's like, we're too big for a box.
I agree. I want to add to that, because I totally agree with that. Oh my gosh. Hello. I completely agree. Unlearn that which you unknowingly were, grew up with, or, or were raised around, whatever you were conditioned into, unlearning some of that.
Yeah.
And I also
forgive yourself.
Yes. Yes. And when we can forgive them, forgive others, like it's so freeing. Like it's so freeing. And like, this is, I know we were talking about, gratitude, right? Canada has Thanksgiving coming up, which I freaking love. And gratitude's been a current topic of discussion for me as well. And when we can recognize those lessons of what we learned from others, like how we were conditioned, and go, oh, well, first off, it taught me what I don't want, what I'm not, what I don't choose to create more of, right? But then also what additional lessons, and really own that and have that gratitude for that. I find myself like, it really helps to clear out the whatever's lingering, the stickiness, of that. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. One of my favorite moments, and it's a repeat moment because it happens when I forget.
Yeah, I know.
Like, so every time I remember, like every time I return to love, every time I return to myself, it's such an amazing gift. It's like that. It's just so potent. And that feeling, it's like, oh, this time it's going to stick. This time it's going to stick. Right. And you just go through your day, and then 3 weeks go by, and it's like, oh, I just remembered. I had forgotten, and here we go again. And so that remembering, it's like, look how far I've come. There was decades of my life I was never remembering, and now I remember weekly. This is amazing. What a journey.
And that's it. I love that you said that, because I totally relate and get that. And so, like, anybody who's hearing this conversation and feeling like it's a one and done, right? You learn it once, and it's right. And I think that maybe relates to kind of what I was saying earlier about just like getting down on yourself when you're like going through lessons again, new lessons or repeat lessons, whatever it might be. I started to lose my train of thought there, but I agree with everything you said.
One and done.
It's not one and done. Oh shoot, I had a phrase I wanted to say. I don't know. Okay. Another thing I wanted to say, it'll come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been practicing more forgiveness lately. And that, in terms of, not being one and done, that's not a one and done for me. It's like, okay, we got to do a little more, but I'm getting better each time. This is where I was, the journey. This is what I wanted to really like sink into. This is so a freaking journey, this whole life experience. And I feel like the quicker, the sooner, and whenever you're ready, when we can allow ourselves to accept that this is a journey. This is a process. This is not a like perfection at some point. There is not like end goal kind of. I mean, yes, we have goals, things we're moving towards and working to achieve, and then there's still going to be something more. So that's why it is so important to be able to like, okay, what can we enjoy right now for this moment? Like loving who we are and what we're experiencing now in this moment. If we have the mindset that there will always be something more to work on, something, you know, something that's shifting and evolving and growing, then maybe we can start to work on, okay, then whatever future challenges or things to grow through, gosh, I'd love to be able to have that experience with more ease. And that can be part of the edge that we grow into, with the recognition that at this perfect moment, with all the things that I've already embraced, that I've learned, that I do feel like I've mastered, I've got a handle on, I'm stable in, okay, maybe there are some little pockets that, well, that's still the part that's a work in progress. And this, all of it, with that included, is still beautiful, is still something to be grateful for. We still get to enjoy this moment as it is. Because otherwise, what? We're constantly delaying our satisfaction, our joy, our happiness. And I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to do anymore.
Yeah, anymore. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm unwilling to lose myself on behalf of another.
Yes.
I
keep thinking I had a foam mic to like mic drop.
Foam mic. Oh, that's fun. I'm gonna find one.
I might too.
You know, Ernest Holmes, he said awareness is the destination, right? So the journey, for me, I'm a gamer. I play video. I'm an Xboxer. I love me some time in Sandrock, and I'm just leveling up. And the reason I use games like a gamer kind of analogy in life is because that is life. We are leveling up our experience, our awareness, our knowledge, our creativity. We're always, and what's beautiful in the games that I play, there's always a safe haven, right? There's always a place where you store your goods, you regenerate your energy, and all of that stuff, so that you can go out in the world again prepared, right? So we have that ability in our lives. So because there's chaos everywhere. If we look for chaos, we will find it. If we're drama magnets, that drama will find us, no problem. So how are we taking care of our environment, right? Because this is our safe space and our sacred space. If we're letting stuff in that doesn't serve our journey, doesn't serve our destination, doesn't serve the power and presence that is within us, what are we doing with it? Get out your pickaxe and remember that you are in choice. I think a lot of people too have, I know this for myself, I might not push through something because it makes me uncomfortable. And we love our comfort way too much. And some of the most amazing experiences we will ever have are just on the other side of that discomfort or that dis-ease. And when we can just, find a safe space, take time for yourself, restore, rejuvenate, remind yourself, have like sticky notes, right? Remind yourself of who you are for those times when we forget.
Yes.
Because we're human beings having a human condition. And there's other people out there who think that I'm not awesome. And that's silly.
I completely agree. I don't play like Xbox and that kind of thing, but I have some computer games that I play. And it's not uncommon for me to be in the middle of the game and to recognize the correlation with some of the lessons that I feel I'm learning at the present moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about learning to step outside my comfort zone, to take a chance, right? Why play it safe? It's only a video game, right?
I can reload from the last save spot.
I can start over. Who cares about my score? Like in the grand scheme of things, well, I mean, I know we care about our scores, right? But in the grand scheme of life, like it's okay. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's a quest. It's a beautiful quest.
Yes, it's a beautiful quest. So, yeah, you said so much in there. I was fully loving, and I had more I wanted to say, but I don't know. It'll come back. It'll come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, we were also talking a little bit about because I'm all about radical affirmative new thought, radical love, like radical acceptance, radical joy, radical gratitude. And people are like, what does that even mean? So radical gratitude, and radical joy is a huge one. It's being able to be in joy, even though
Yes.
people, and so, but the making it radical means that no matter what, I have the opportunity to find my joy in the sticky and in the sweet. Radical gratitude, no matter what, I have the opportunity to be in gratitude, to feel grateful and appreciative of all the stuff that's in my life, the messy, the sticky, the sweet, and the divine. It's all glorious. And so, unconditional love and acceptance is huge in the idea of radical living a radically spiritual life. That's my game plan, right? That's my quest. And so being in that radical sense that no matter what, there is no status quo to the level of love that I can experience no matter what. And so radical gratitude, I was shared a little, my little story about when I first thought of how I'm radically grateful for the sticky stuff and the sweet stuff is my story. 2 decades worth of depression and anxiety disorder before I found a spiritual path that helped me get out of that, dig myself out, level myself up, and get out of that. And so there's this moment I was standing in my kitchen and amazing things were unfolding for my highest and greatest good right there. And I saw my whole life. Flash. And all of it. I just became grateful for all of it, all of the depression, all of the anxiety, all the panic attacks, all like everything that I've been in abusive relationships. I became grateful for every morsel of it because I saw that if any part of it had changed or was different in any way, I wouldn't have been in this pocket of understanding and awareness as I am. And so radical gratitude was just like everything. I saw the sticky and the sweet. No matter what, I'm grateful for the life that I am living. Do you have like a moment where you just like you realize that level of gratitude in the stickiness of life, and then something just, this is it. I'm so grateful.
Absolutely. I recently went through a situation I was sharing with you a little earlier, just in a nutshell. I was recently in an environment where I initially was like, okay, this is the right thing. This is going to work. I saw some red flags and I was like, no, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. But quickly, like one thing after another started showing me like, no, this doesn't work. And I was feeling it. It was not good. And I was recognizing that, okay, this environment, and I think this is what I wanted to speak to you earlier that you were saying about our environments are so important. Yes, our internal environment, our mind, our emotions, our energy, and our external environment, literally what's in our room and the other people we're around, and the energy they're creating and building momentum upon. So anyway, I had this situation where I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. How did this happen? How did I, like, I had a little bit of like, what did I do? Like I was kind of in a little bit of that. And then I was like, okay, Kim, use your tools. You've been through this, you know what to do. And it was like, I don't need any more time struggling and feeling and going through like the writing's on the wall. I already know what I need to do. And so what's mine right now in that moment, because it was the past now, was to take action. make a shift, right? I love trees. I have tons of trees on my wall. I have a tree right there. But we are not trees, and we can move. We can move our feet and go somewhere else. And so I did. I took the steps and I shifted and I moved, and instantly I was rewarded. And I was like, okay, now I'm able to see things even more clearly of how this was truly an opportunity for me to recognize where I've grown, what strengths I've developed, and to put that into practice and prove to myself like everything is possible. Just because something all of a sudden feels like, whoa, what's happening? I took a wrong turn. We still have the power to make a new decision.
Yes.
Take some new action and be fully supported and receive the benefits and rewards of that new action. And so that was the blessing for me. I mean, it is, oh man, that was an experience. And I'm so grateful, so truly grateful. The other thing I wanted to say though, something that I've really adopted, and you know, other people don't have to believe this, but I think it's so important that if we can't get to that space of being fully grateful for those negative experiences, and I'm going to be honest, like there's maybe 5% of where I still sometimes dip into the frustration because it wasn't that long ago. So it's like 5% of me that sometimes dips into it. And then the other 95%, I'm like, I'm so grateful. But anyway, so with this said, it's like when I know that for me, when I get to 100% where I can just be grateful and no longer be frustrated and you know, upset that it happened at all, then I'm going to be fully free of it and be able to move forward. I feel that we don't fully move forward when we aren't able to be fully grateful for something. And so with that, does that mean the instant you have a negative experience, just be grateful? Well, here's the thing. I do think that yes, work on that and yet still have your experience. We're not saying don't feel it, don't recognize it, right? That's not what we're saying, but that's not what I'm saying. But when you've moved through it, when, as you know, it's getting to the other side, when like when I can be 100% grateful for something, then I know I've officially like, okay, I've moved beyond that. I've learned it and I've moved forward. That to me is important, moving forward. So yeah. And I love what you're talking about, radical gratitude. I used to be one of those people that was like, what is radical this or radical that? And to me, and you did such a great job explaining it, I would define it as like no limits. There's no limits.
Yeah.
No boundaries.
Yeah. No boundaries except the ones we set for ourselves, which are healthy.
Healthy boundaries with people, no boundaries around the gratitude and how far that can go.
Yeah. Limitless. Yes. Peg says, aha moments of gratitude. So special. Yeah. Hi, Peg. How's it going? Oh my goodness. Let us know if you're watching, what you're thinking about this conversation. We'd love to hear a little bit more from you guys as well. And when do you know you're grateful for something? When do you know you've come through something? Where are you shining your light? We'd love to know. We'd love to see where you're at and what you're talking about. While we wait for those comments, tell me about the Let Your Light Shine movement.
Yes. So, okay. So I shared a little bit at the beginning. It is completely, it's completely free to join. It's the moment people join, I've actually received some feedback from different people that things that automatically shift because it's a way that they are affirming for themselves that yes, yes, I do have light. I am light, and I am free to let it shine. I am free to be me in the world. And so it's simply a free, and I'm going to say affirmative, and I'm going to say supported space for people to be able to step into that, and really own their light. I believe that the more and more people who do that, we're getting to that place of heaven on earth, but we're also helping ease and brighten up the journey that we're all experiencing in different ways, but at the same time. So it's really that simple right now. It's just going to the Let Your Light Shine movement. And there's also, it's letyourlightshinemovement.com. It's free to join. You just answer a few questions. And we'd love to feature some faces. When we started the movement, we featured a bunch of faces of everyone who joined. And then that kind of pivoted, and other people were like, no, I don't want to show my face. And that's totally fine. You don't have to. But if you'd like to be featured on social media for free and let us also celebrate you, then I'd be happy to do that. And
Oh, love it. Love it.
So that's an optional thing on there.
Absolutely. Yeah. When it first started, I was just like, yeah, Kim, you go. This is awesome. It's so great. Let your light shine. I mean, oh my goodness, the world needs your light to shine, right?
Yes.
That's what the world is waiting for.
Yep.
And that is absolutely beautiful. I'm getting, yeah. Okay. Well, how are you feeling? How was your first rant?
I thought it was awesome. Thank you for letting me rant. Thank you to everyone for hearing me rant. And it was a lot of fun.
I'm so grateful for your spontaneity. I mean, like, spontaneity is not my strong suit at all. And
wait, rewind. What?
Oh, my wife has this joke that Steph is spontaneous as long as she plans it first. Yeah.
Okay,
so that is me. I spontaneity. It has to be my idea. If it's spontaneous, it has to be my idea. Otherwise it's like, whoa, plans. You want me to leave the house right now and do something? Oh my goodness. So putting you on the spot, like just yesterday afternoon, to come and shine your light. I'm so blessed. I'm blessed by you being in my life and having this experience. I see you all over the place. We've been published together, right? Where's our book? We both are best-selling authors
in the series. Navigating the clickety-clack.
Yeah, navigating the clickety-clack. So we're all over the place together. I just love it. I love that you're shining your light as brilliantly as you are. And I'm just so grateful for our time together, and hope you come on again for another rant sometime.
I would absolutely love to, Steph. You just let me know. And I think so. I totally get what you're saying about planned spontaneity. And I want to say, I think you are fabulous at your planned spontaneity. And I thank you for what you do. I was listening to one of your, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I forget what it's called. One Level Wake Up. Thank you. Yeah. Wake Up. Say thank you. Okay. I watched yesterday's, and it was so freaking beautiful. It was so refreshing. It was so, yes, it was just right. And so, anyway, I appreciate your energy, and I'm grateful to be here. So thank you.
Yes. Awesome. So you can find out more information here. Actually, I'm gonna do this. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. Like, how do I can share my screen. Once I'm going to share so that people can see what they're looking at here.
Okay.
Did it? There it is. Let your light shine. So that's the Facebook. You can just go right onto the Facebook and click right here and join the movement for yourself, and be supported in letting your light shine. There's a fabulous video that is made right there with everybody shining their light that Kim was talking about. And so it's so beautiful. Your movement, and thanks for being on Radically Affirmative New Thought and the Rant. We'd love to have you again. I'm going to play this exit video, and we'll see you next week with Dr. Jay-Z and the Saint, where we will once again have radically affirmative new thoughts and new thinking. Until then, lots of love and be well.